Welcome everyone, Day 2 of Mega Meditation Summit 2 in North Carolina, Raleigh. I'm super excited to begin this day with you all. And I hope you eat well because there's a lot of food. So we have more energy from you. Again, remember I said we need more claps. That's what encourages here, the speakers, the people, everyone. So thank you. Thank you so much. Good morning, Mom. And today is my mother's birthday, guys. Happy birthday! We're going to have a cake cutting in the evening. It was a surprise, but she knows now. So please make sure you are here for that celebration in the evening. Well, today I am here to share a little bit about who I am. I'm sure many of you are new. How many of you are new to here? Okay, we have here, Sherilyn, yes. A few are new, so I want to make sure that you know who I am. I introduce myself to you properly, and also talk about what's happening, what are we doing around the world. I know we are talking about global, but what truly is happening around the world. Can we start the presentation? And please give a big round of applause to our technical team, guys. They are truly amazing. They have their own lives. They're going to college and everything, and they have been working on this, taking time on the side since months to get this together, learning and putting such an event together. So they're not professional people. They are just like you and me, learning and doing this. Okay, so I'm going to begin as the slides come in. So who I am? My name is Pari Patri. I am from India, from Hyderabad. I was born and brought up there. I grew up in an ordinary family, a Hindu family, where my ancestors all believed in worshipping God, and education was super important in our house, because I guess that's how they believe that we get importance in life, when we are educated. And so engineering, either it's engineering or being a doctor. Those are my only options at that point. Nothing else. But my father was different. He was a bit crazy in the family. He was the black sheep. And he decided, he was a failure, by the way. He was a total failure. He failed in getting into engineering, being a doctor. So obviously, as I said, these are the only two recognized paths in my home. Obviously, he was a failure because he didn't get into both of them. So he almost was successful in committing suicide. He wanted to jump off the bridge into cold water, but he's scared of cold water more than the death. So the thought of being cold stopped him, and he went right back to home. And that probably is a great turning point for him, because that's how he found, since then his life has turned and found his awakening in 1979. Knowing his purpose, that is to teach meditation. Not really purpose, but he had a walk-in experience. How many of you know what is a walk-in experience? What is a walk-in? Okay. Thank you. So I am not going to talk about that here. That's a whole another conversation, another workshop probably. But his life transformed since then. And he was introduced to meditation through his friend, a colleague, and he started teaching meditation. My mother was absolutely in no meditation. What is wrong with you? What is happening to you? Why are you talking about meditation? I want to lead a normal, simple life. I mean, she was probably 22, 23 when she got married. And she was like, I just want to enjoy life. But he didn't listen. As I said, he was crazy. And he wouldn't listen to anyone. He was a very stubborn man. And I like to take his trait in being stubborn, in making this possible. But and he went on teaching to anyone he knows. Anyone who comes to him will be like, Sit and meditate. Close your eyes, observe your breath, and tell me your experience. I'm waiting here. He would not leave you until you share your experience. That's how he started, and also he was an avid book reader. So this was my family, guys. So I was brought up in this family where all I could see is, you create your own reality. Who said this? You create your own reality. Say it. Thank you. Give clap for who said that. Yes. Seth, you create your own reality. So he read the books of Seth, who was channeled through Jane Roberts, Osho, Rampa, Lobsang Rampa, many books from here, from the USA. All the masters are from here. And he would find them there was no internet, so I'm talking about this in late 80s and 90s. He would go to the second-hand store there on the roads. They would put books in India. He would find one, read. That's all he spent his salary. And again, my mom would be super mad because he's spending all his money on books. And he got into agriculture. He was a marketing officer selling fertilizers, I mentioned. And he was doing pretty well, actually. He was traveling. I remember when I was born, we had a home, nice Jeep. Something right is going in my life. And then after 2 years, he said, okay, done of security, I'm going to resign my job now. I'm done with this. And again, her world changed upside down. Because the moment, I see this, the moment she felt like, okay, now is the time I can just relax, everything is going fine, he would turn upside down. I probably see that pattern in my life right now with my husband. Because the moment he thought that the life was going well, I said, I'm going to resign my job. So I'm kind of seeing that ancestral or whatever that pattern is in my life. So I can understand what she went through. I'm sure my husband can understand what she went through. That's my husband. Please say hi to everyone. And then he said, and then he started learning about pyramids. So many people teach meditation. Ana-Pana-Sati, we are not the only ones who talk about it. Vipassana, there are so many other organizations. Many people talk about pyramids, science. There's so many scientists all over the world. We have a lady here, she's not here, but Martha Thomas, who is, she sits in the vendor room. She would not be here on the stage. But she is a super awesome lady because she does, every year, she does a conference called Global Pyramid Conference, where scientists from all over the world come and talk about pyramid science, talk about the physics and science behind it. Ken can understand more than me. When I was in school, I was an engineer, mechanical engineer. And then I quit my job. I quit being an engineer and I got into IT because it makes more money in US. And then I got into IT, and one fine day I said, this is not where I want to be. This is not what I want to do. And you would think, Pari, you grew up in a spiritual family. Everything must be great for you. Absolutely no. I had a time where I was in my complete rock bottom, where I lost, standing like this and talking would be like, not even in my dreams. I had zero confidence even to talk about meditation. Because all my life I grew up thinking meditation and money cannot go together. Because my father taught for free. So you could imagine how that for me, even thinking about money and spirituality was a complete, like I would feel the cramp in my stomach when I think about it, like money and spirituality. So I believe that I had to struggle in life. I had to do what I don't like. Money doesn't come for free. How many of you think this? Money doesn't come for free. Money doesn't grow on trees. It's hard to make money. You have to struggle. You have to be very lucky to follow your passion. All these were my beliefs. Yes. Sanjay ji raises Prithvi raises his hand. So I used to have all these beliefs, thinking like, no, I can't do. I have to struggle. I have to do what I don't love. But because I didn't understand the concept of money and abundance, I didn't understand that. My relationships were in a total mess. I used to fight with my husband. I wouldn't be happy in the social circles. I had migraines, severe migraines. I had shoulder pain. How many of you have thyroid? Okay, yeah, so many hands. I had thyroid. Suddenly thyroid started. Migraine started. How many of you have migraines? Anyone? Yes. So you know how a migraine is. Oh my gosh, my husband, if I call him onto the stage, he will talk for 1 hour about that. How crazy Pari was at that point. I would shut myself in the home for 3 days, no light. I see Seema there, hi. No light, no sound. I would be a crazy bee, if you understand what I'm saying. At that point, when I had migraine. So coming from that space, so I was completely in my rock bottom, and I said, okay, I know, because all my life I saw, you create your own reality. Be a master. No complaints, no judgments. This is all I've heard. Take responsibility. And so I knew, okay, I'm sure if my life is like this today, I created this. So if I created this, problems in my life, then I have the power to change my life. I have that within me. How many of you want to change at least one thing in your life right now? Okay? So if you are here to change, this whole workshop is about manifestation. I believe I'm like a Amazon Prime girl. I want delivery next day, not 10 days after. Like how my father waited for so many hours outside people's home and waiting for them to meditate. I don't have that patience that man had. So now, if I have to manifest much faster, change my life, then what is the secret? I knew this when I was young, things would manifest, but I didn't know the recipe of it. I didn't know how I was doing it. It was just happening. So now I had to relearn all of that, understand, and also I didn't believe in what my father taught at that point. I didn't, pyramids, whatever. Meditation, whatever. He just talks. You know how kids think about their fathers. They don't really give that value, right? I mean, have you ever taught your kids meditation and they don't listen? And I was that person. So I never listened to him, and I was like, oh, whatever. It works for him, but not for me, not for the real world. And I live in the real world. I want to be successful in the real world. How do I become successful? Get money, get houses, get a nice, sexy Mercedes in my garage. And that's how I am successful and I feel important. Or get a title, a director of a company or whatever the title. So I started looking my importance in titles, in money, in relationships. Do you relate to that? Or I'm just making no sense? Yes? So I thought that until I hit my rock bottom and I decided, okay, how do I change it? What is he talking about? Let's try it. That's when I started investing in myself. Spent all my husband's money in going to workshops, understanding everything what my father taught. Like Ken said yesterday, he always said, don't worry about science. If I say, Dad, I have this problem, or anybody comes and says, just close your eyes, meditate. I have this problem, close your eyes, observe your breath. And I'm like, how do you just close your eyes, observe your breath, go and all the problems are gone? I couldn't understand that part. I was like, what are you talking? How can my problem go away? How my health problem go away? So, but after spending around $20,000 to $25,000, yes, I said that name and he's right there. He's listening to me. After spending so much time and money, I realized all there is close your eyes, observe your breath. That's all I learned. I mean, I had to go through my whole circle here. And we all have to. So there's a lot of compassion that I learned to have for people who do not believe in what we are saying. They have to go through their own circle of life. So we can force things on people. They have to come when they are ready, and they will come. Yesterday, if you see the message, we all will we all come from the same source. We all come from the same source. We go back to the same source. Whether that is a murderer or a rapist or a monk. Maybe I will go in this lifetime. Maybe a murderer will take 500 lifetimes. But it's all about vibrational frequency. Truth is like this, a circle, a sphere. When I see the truth, I am seeing my thumb. Oh, this is my truth, Ken. How dare you say that the ring is your truth? That is not my truth. You see the ring, but I am seeing this. How dare you disagree with me? Get out of this workshop. We fight. We kill each other because we don't believe in each other, in each other's belief systems. So the truth is, it's a frequency. Like Nikola Tesla said, everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. So the vibrational frequency, what you are at that point, is what your perception is, what the truth is for you. So I am seeing this truth, you're seeing this truth, and we both are right. You are right, I am right. So when I see in a meditation, we get many experiences. That is my truth for me. And so when I listen to your truth, accept it as the truth for that person in that moment. And the truth can change tomorrow. The earth is moving, the solar system is moving, so the truth is also changing. Acceptance, listening, and not getting stuck on one belief system is what this movement is about, is what I've learned. Since then, I started, go back to the first slide. Since then, I've learned, there was a lot of changes within me. Since I quit my job, I started working. And by the way, when I left India, I was like, I don't want to do anything with PSSM. Nothing with my father. And I'm like, I just gonna come to US. And the first thing I've done when I landed in US, guess what? What did I do? First thing, I landed in India. I was surrounded with 100 people, 200 people. Everybody knew me. And I was like, the first thing I came here, nobody knows me. I go to a grocery store, I buy a cigarette, and I light it. My mother is right here. That's what I did, because I wanted to feel the freedom. I'm like, nobody cares what I do here. I can be who I want. And I was probably 20 years old. I mean, I was young. And that's what I did. I went and lighted a cigarette to just feel that air. And I thought, again, my whole life, as I said, it shifted from then. And when I came back, and as I quit my job, there was a whole awakening process for me too, as my father. And I realized that this is what I meant to do. This is my purpose. And I'm here to be a part of this giant movement called PSSM, Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement, to take this truth that we don't have to struggle in our life. We don't have to be sad. To be happy is our birthright. To be wealthy is our birthright. Anything else, we do not have to do anything to deserve it. I do not have to become a Dalai Lama or a Patriji to deserve it. I have to just be me to deserve every happiness, every wealth in my life. So there is no competition. There is only collaboration. There's only friendship between each and every being here. And that's what I've realized. And of course, next slide, please. I'm a mom of two, and I worked in the corporate arena for 12 years before I quit, and I'm doing what I'm doing. And of course, we started PSSM Global in 2020, just before COVID hit, in February, in a rush. And now I know why that all happened just before COVID. Next slide, please. There is a lag here, guys. It's not that they are not working on time. There's a lag coming through. So PSSM. So as I said, PSSM was formed in 1990. Okay, I'm just going to go through. I know you can see. Just look at the logo. What do you see? There's a triangle. Do you see the triangle? Do you see the man inside? And what are these? Chakras, thank you. And what is the light above? It is the aura or the consciousness. And there is what is there in front of him? There's a book. Can you read what is there on the triangle, or should I read? Energy, consciousness, and wisdom. This logo is not just any logo. There's a lot of thought and energy into this logo. Energy, consciousness, and wisdom. Guys, I read probably, I know Gunwin said yesterday she reads 52 books in a year. I don't know how since I was in the awakening, I probably read, I don't know, 300 books, 350 books maybe. And I feel I'm pretty wise. I can do a lot of workshops. I can teach a lot. And I feel like, oh, I know stuff. My father read millions of books. And I'm sure he must have, like, I've read everything. But after reading everything, he came back to close your eyes, observe your breath. So I'm sure he knows all the science. I'm sure he read everything, but all he's saying is close your eyes, observe your breath. And all these 18 principles, we'll go through that just in a bit, has come from all those books, the essence. So what I've realized is I don't need to reinvent the wheel. He has given it. I mean, I remember when I was at college, I used to be, first thing I would do is make friends with the most brightest kid in the class. And all I would do is get his notes, read his notes, and I'm done. I get 80%. It was not hard work. I was always a smart kid in, making things, because I was lazy. I'm not like Ken, who is extra intelligent. But so he has given all this. All I have to do is take this thing and take it forward. So that it made my life pretty easy. So this energy, wisdom, and consciousness, these are, Ken, would you say they are the same thing? Energy, consciousness? And wisdom. Oh, no. No. Wisdom, energy, and consciousness, no, they're not the same. Okay, can I prove you wrong? Oh, wow, this is a great moment. Energy, consciousness, and wisdom. Do you guys know who Barbara Marciniak is? The book she wrote.
Her first book was Bringers of the Dawn. She was actually a neighbor of mine. She used to do channelings in this area over in Chatham County.
Oh, okay, wow.
That's how I encountered a lot of this early information in my life, was through her channelings.
And you were her neighbor?
Yeah, she lives in Apex, right around the corner.
Can I get an introduction?
Sure.
Thank you. Bringers of the Dawn. If you haven't read that book, an amazing book by Barbara Marciniak, and there's a very specific line in that book. Information is light. Light is information. So any information you read, anything you read, it has light. It is light. It is energy. Light is energy. Can I say that? Yeah. So, and I'm not talking about, okay, I'm going to be wrapping up soon. I'm not talking about reading People magazine. We are talking about reading a Bible, reading a Quran, reading a Bhagavad Gita, reading Bringers of the Dawn, or, reading books like that. High information, high vibration, light. Your electricity increases. Again, in physics, he will explain better with that. Your voltage increases. So light is information, energy, frequency and vibration, they are the same things. Again, everything is energy, frequency and vibration. So and consciousness. So as you meditate, your energy increases. You connect to cosmic energy, your elevated energy states. As you read books, you are gaining wisdom. You're in an elevated state. You're light. You're filling yourself with light. And as you meet other people, listen to their experiences, you connect with other people, your consciousness increases. You have more perception. Your perception increases. So it's all connected. These are the three things. So it is the same thing. You're elevating your energy, your consciousness, with wisdom and applying that, but in different states, like water, gas, and solid. There are different states, but they are all connected. So that is this logo. So when this logo has what we saw over the time in last 30 years is, this logo when we put on our flyers, there's a lot of energy in that. The PSSM logo, which I didn't know before. I didn't realize this before. But over the time I saw, like the moment I put this logo, there's a absolute group consciousness, universal energy attached to it. And the manifestation is going much faster. That's one thing I realized. I didn't know this before. And how many of you have seen that? Anybody who has seen that? Okay. The next slide. So, and again it says, be a light unto yourself. It is clear. Nobody is your savior. No God is coming to save you. You have to save yourself. Only your breath can save you. Next, no doctor can save you, by the way. No doctor can save you. Only you, your breath, your inner wisdom, consciousness is going to save you. PSSM is a non-cult, non-religious, voluntary organization. Next, please. Next. And PSSM is also about, this is our three major mission. Dhyana Jagath means meditation world. Shakahara Jagath means having a plant-based living, a compassionate world. Pyramid Jagath, having a pyramid world. These are our main three missions that PSSM has, which is taken, with this mission is translated to PSSM Global, because this is a mission we want to take globally now, through PSSM Global. Next slide. And PSSM is a decentralized organization. There is no central head here. I am not the central head, by the way. There are different organizations that come together under PSSM and teach this principles. So PSSM again and PSSM Global are these verticals that goes across the world. So there are so many organizations, like there is India, USA, UK, Meditation Magic. Here she is. Yes. Okay. There is Spiritual Tablets, which you will hear him today. Where is GK? Is GK here? Okay. There is Buddha CEO who teaches in corporate. There are so many organizations that come under this verticals, and this is how we expand into the world in different rivers. So PSSM is an ocean, and there are rivers that connect to different fields, different faces, and different way of expression. Next slide. 18 principles, I'm not going to go. You can go read it here. Next slide. Go to 13 guiding. So on pssmmovement.org, if you go, you will see there's a lot of content. By the way, we are looking for some web developers, some technical help to come and volunteer. Because we have that platform from 2004. So we want to shift it. So if you have any help and you want to help to do that, please reach out to us. And 13 guiding principles, you can see this is our personal values. One of the things that I will say is, Second one, we should always maintain a beautiful smile on our face, all pyramid masters, even if the things go wrong, even there are complaints, always have a beautiful smile. One more I will say. Next, let's see, the next one. You do the work, but always give credit to others. That is one of the value. Always do the work, but give credit to the whole team, to the whole group. That is one of the values. So, and again, these are just a couple of them. Go next one. Again, so Global was formed in 2020 with the mission, next slide, with the mission to take this initiative internationally to for personal and global transformation and into masses. Today we are here, next slide please. Today meditation is even in Middle East. We have meditation taught in the countries like Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Dubai. And in Pakistan, we have our teachers teaching meditation to children. She's a university teacher, so she teaches in schools and universities. And the kids are now talking about meditation and plant-based living, being a vegetarian in Pakistan. Can we give a clap to that? How amazing is that? That in a country like Pakistan, talking about being a vegetarian, it truly melts my heart when I hear those kids talk. We don't have time for those testimonials, but you can go to channels, our PMC channel, subscribe. Please take out your phones, please. Take out your phones. Go to YouTube. Type PMC English. Type PMC English. And do a subscribe. You did it? Thank you. Thank you. Everyone did it? PMC English, subscribe. Thank you. That's how you support us, guys. When you give a like, it will show up more in YouTube algorithm, and I know Ken knows more about it. I don't even know if Ken has an account in that on YouTube. Never mind. You do? Okay, I know. I know. That's why we are there. That's why we are there. So we want more light there. We want a more truth there. And so please support in sharing these messages, doing a like, doing a subscribe, sharing it. That's how you support, guys. It takes just a second, but your contribution means a lot in taking that light up. Because if I put just an entertaining video, I will get million likes instantly. If I put a meditation video, I get 0 likes. So please encourage such information so we take this forward. Next slide, please. Next slide. So again, if you want to collaborate with Global and become a volunteer, we are looking for volunteers to work with me, to go into countries, teach meditation into different, we want to go into South Africa, South America, Europe, China. Anyone know any other language and you want to teach in that language, that is great as well. And if you want to learn language, you always had a childhood passion to learn Spanish, Italian, Chinese, this is the time. Do it, sign up so we can start teaching meditation in those languages. Next slide, please. Again, there is outside, as soon as you walk in near the entrance to your right, there is a table called which is PSSM Global Table. Go there, give your details so we can start contacting you and work together. Let's work together. Next slide. This is all the presents we have as of now. And we, again, as you see, there are a lot of countries. We have very less in South America. So anyone who knows Spanish here? Where's Beatrice? Okay, she's a Spanish master. I asked her to come. And we are having actually a lot of Spanish classes right now. So if you have Spanish speaking friends, please connect so we can start teaching meditation to them in their own language. Next slide. And PMC Media, next slide please. So PMC Media is our media channel that shares the voice of PSSM. PMC is the voice of PSSM, sharing meditation and experiences to the world. So there are so many languages across the world, and all you have to do is Just subscribe, that's all you have to do, and it will start getting promoted. Next slide, please. So again, as I said, there is PMC Global and so many different languages. Telugu, Espanol, English, Hindi, Dutch, French, Italian, so many languages have come.